We have KRANTHI Bathini, who's with us now. KRANTHI Bathini, equity strategist, WealthMills Securities, is joining us. KRANTHI, hi. Great to have you
Hi.
on the show. Day of breather today, but we've seen a very strong up move. If you look at the last 7 sessions, it's been a vertical one-way up move. We're back above that 24,300 mark as well. What is your sense now? Do you think this recovery is for real, and we have factored in the worst on the global front?
Yeah, Nadita, good morning to you. Yeah, you are absolutely right. We witnessed a vertical kind of a rally on Indian markets. The narrative has been changing very quickly. So whether this kind of narrative will be continued, that makes the market to sustain. A few weeks back, few months back, where the global investors were completely negative on Indian markets in the sense of medium to short term, they turned positive overnight. India is the best place to hide right now. And as long as their perception and their continued activity to come back to Indian markets are going to sustain. Right now, with respect to the global arena is concerned, definitely Indian market looks like a safe haven for the investors. There was some kind of apprehension, and across the globe, the eyebrows have raised with respect to the valuations. Now, despite of the kind of fair valuations at this point of time, they find much more comfortable on Indian markets. So the narrative has been changing very fast. Okay, there was a time 6 months back when the President Trump was going to elect. There was a narrative: let's sell emerging markets, go back to US, and again there was a narrative: sell India, buy China. Now the better place to stay invested is India. Okay, that's what making the change at this point of time. As long as this narrative going to continue and our corporate results persist in a strong way, India is a better place to stay invested for a long time.
In the long term, there's a UBS upgrade that has also come in, for Indian markets. UBS has upgraded Indian stocks to neutral from underweight, and the upgrade is due to the market's high domestic focus and earnings resilience. But they still prefer China over India, owing to a better risk reward ratio. So let's talk about the Indian valuations. Do you think the valuations are now fair after the recent correction, or do you think they are once again entering the expensive zone? And what do you make of the earnings that have trickled in so far?
We had a fair earnings season, starting with we had even there is a kind of a lukewarm earnings in terms of the IT is concerned. But when the guidance of companies, by and large, they're quite sanguine about the FI 25 and 26 is concerned. Mid cap IT is concerned. Okay, we started with persistence. We had a good quarter, and this sounds quite sanguine with respect to the coming quarters are concerned. Apart from the IT, the key driver for Indian markets and the current rally is led by the banking and financial services, which have been in a consolidation phase from quite a long time. So for the banking, the worst is behind them. We are in a downward interest rate cycle, which will help the banking sector to increase their NIMs in the coming quarters. So banking looks very attractive at this point of time. And we need to wait and watch how the next coming weeks and days the earnings are going to be pan out. We don't have any kind of negative surprises till now. So it's going to be a decent quarter with respect to the earnings are concerned. While coming to the valuations are concerned, of course, the Chinese valuations looks attractive at this point of time, but the kind of the murkiness and policy uncertainty is concerned, the global fund managers who are a fortnight back, who are more keen towards the Chinese market right now, they don't want to get into the markets like that. So India is a better favored at this point of time and well positioned because of the domestic consumption story that looks very strong in India.
Okay, domestic consumption looking strong. So, how would you really play the consumption theme now? Because there are forecasts of the monsoon being above average this year as well. So, would you look at more rural focused domestic themes when it comes to consumption?
Yeah, in terms of the consumption is concerned, you're absolutely correct. The monsoon is going to be better than the normal. The themes like the domestic consumption in terms of the white goods and also the utilities and the banking and financial services, some extent, okay, can be a theme which is proxy to the strong consumption story. Okay, that's where we can see the strength that is. Reigniting in terms of the microfinance and also the NBFCs are concerned, which offers a proxy to the better consumption theme. Despite of that, the healthcare, which offers a strong domestic theme, and the healthcare stocks in the last 1 month, we witnessed a uptick in the healthcare theme. Domestic infra also offers a good theme for the investors going ahead. And power consumption and power theme is going to be one of the leading sector. So, but despite of the high valuations, but given the kind of a earning visibility these companies offers, looks very attractive. And defense also offers a strong domestic theme. They have a strong earning visibility and order book. So these stocks also, what we witnessed in the last fortnight, a strong rally in the names like Mazgam Dockyard, Garden Reach, Cochin Shipyard. The domestic defense theme also offers a strong earning visibility going ahead. So, in these kind of protectionist mode and also the tariff wars uncertainty, the better place to stay invested is the domestic consumption. Even in fact, look at the tractor numbers like Swaraj engines and all. They posted a good set of numbers. So these are the themes that are emerging at this point of time.
So how would you play some of these two-wheeler names now, Bajaj Auto, Hero Motocorp, etc.? Because competition concerns have been there, and they have weighed in on the performance as well. Also sales haven't been all that great. So within the auto pack, and of course for other names like Tata Motors, there is this tariff headwind as well. So how would you play the entire auto space now? There is a 25% tariff on the auto sector in place, right? There could be some bit of a reprieve coming in, once India and US thrash out a deal, but that may take some time. So right now, how would you really play the auto space?
Nandita, with respect to the two-wheeler autos are concerned, they're at an inflection point. There is a dichotomy among the investors whether to choose ICE or the EV space is concerned. And the EV space is dominated by names like the more about the new entrants, and also there are so many regional players, and also there is a lot of pricing competition is going on with respect to the pricing and margins are concerned. So in the medium to short term, we tend to avoid the two-wheelers are concerned. Even though it's a strong theory, it's more by and large fragmented at this point of time. But with respect to Bajaj Auto and Hero Motorcorp is concerned, any dip in the stock, they have a strong business models, but where their failing is to build up the catching on to the EV space is concerned. Probably with respect to the EV space is concerned, the first comers have a advantage at this point of time. So in this kind of juncture, and also the valuations are concerned, so we try to avoid the two-wheeler auto space is concerned at this point of time. There might be numbers, but it's more fragmented at this point of time. With respect to the four-wheelers are concerned, we are quite sanguine about the four-wheeler sector. But due to the policy uncertainty, we try to focus on the domestic-centric names like Mahindra and Mahindra, some extent any dip on Maruti, and also Hyundai. The recent listing also gives a good opportunity for the investor in terms of the long-term theme is concerned. Four-wheeler is definitely a long-term theme. Any dip in the four-wheeler space is concerned, the domestic-centric companies have a good edge when compared to the companies who have more global exposure at this point of time. So any dip in the stocks, it can be a warranted buy for the long term.
Sure. Last question, really, Kranti. How would you play the gold theme? The gold prices have, of course, hit the roof. We've had 1 lakh on the MCX as well. And last night, in fact, gold came under some bit of selling pressure for a second day. But now the futures have once again snapped out of those losses. So any dip is getting bought into. How should one look at gold? Because a lot of experts say that there could be more upside going forward in the wake of the uncertainty that's there. What would you advise our viewers to do with the gold? How should one play this theme?
Nandita, we have been quite sanguine with respect to the gold prospects almost all for 1 year due to the policy uncertainty is concerned. In fact, it's a kind of a diversification, but it is a cyclical theme that's playing with respect to the gold and silver are concerned. Uh, but as long as this policy uncertainty and also the central bank buying going to continue, so gold is also going to outperform in the medium to short term. As long as this policy uncertainty is there, the precious metals are going to outperform. Last 1 year alone, the central banks across the globe they bought for a tune of 1,040 tons of gold. So if the central bank remains the net buyers going ahead due to the 3 year low of dollar, if the central banks are continue to focus on accumulating gold, okay, definitely gold prices are going to go up in the coming days. So any dip in gold also, it can be a warranted buy for the investors in terms of the asset allocation is concerned. Any dip in gold, as long as the administrations like Trump is there at the helm of affairs, they're definitely going to create the policy uncertainty in the
Hmm.
medium to short term. So definitely we are going to see some more
Hmm.
spikes in gold.
Sure, expect some more spikes on gold. But with that, Kranti, we are out of time. Would like to thank you for joining in this morning and sharing your
Thank you,
thoughts with
Nandita.
us.
Always my
And I
pleasure
look
to
forward to
share my
more
views with
interactions
you.
going forward. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day, Kranti. Thank you.
Thank you.
And on that note, we have come to the end of this edition of Opening Bell. Of course, day of breather after 7 straight day of gains. The Nifty Sensex trading in the red as of now. Even the mid-cap index that was just about struggling to hold in the green has slipped into the red. All in all, no deep cuts, so to say, mild cuts, and of course, some bit of consolidation happening after a 7 day rally that saw the Nifty, in fact, come in above that 24,300 mark as well. But with that, thanks a lot for tuning in. Stay tuned to Money Control for all your other news and updates, and I'll see you with closing bell at 3:30 p.m.